Buenos días, dámy a pánové, já vás vítám u další herní série na hru Mass Effect Andromeda. V Andromedě. Tak, jedeme na věc.
You haven't got a fuel cell, have you? The quartermaster says there's plenty, but she would. Wait, oh shit, you're the Pathfinder. Sorry, no one said VIPs were coming by.
I'm just Ryder. Nice to meet you.
Likewise, I'm Fox, chief engineer for Prodromos. Anything you need, ask away.
Yeah.
What do you think about your new home?
First impressions? We've got water, clear skies for solar power, plants to farm. The remnants are a wild card, but Bradley says you have them covered. It'll take work, no question, but I think EOS is really going to be something.
Bye, Fox.
Have a good one.
Až se mi bude chtít s někým mluvit, tak si s ním promluvím. Někde tu je úkol. Ten je hned pode mnou, aha, dobře. Kdyby mi to třeba aspoň ukazovalo, jak u Assassin's Creed. Vždycky ve Valhalle to byla výpomoc jak prase, vždycky jsem věděla. Tady dole, super. Pro formální žádost od Darké Treviran. Jdu na věc. Tak, to uděláme potom, jak se dostavíme na Nexus. Teďka pojedeme ještě tam vedle. Takže na Nexusu se musím promluvit a teď jsem napsat úplně všechno.
We came to explore and learn. That's who we are.
Still think you'd be better off with soldiers at your outpost.
Krougeni, neuvažuji o ničem jiném než o válce. Potom mě čeká ještě tady výběr úkolů, ale tam se přesunu rychle, to bude rychlovka. Když vím, že to jde. A jsem nasrana, že jsem všude furt jezdila. Přece to nebudu chodit pěšky, nejsem idiot.
Someone left a warning. Looks like a work crew thinks they can take control of the remnant.
I'll hear a stupider idea today, but that's a front runner.
Work crew rosters are posted publicly.
The datapad mentioned medbay. A little work, we could find where to catch up with them.
Tak, kde je ošetřovna? Jo, tak to máme tady, v táboře ten úkol. Super! Konečně něco, co mi jde k tomu. Což je fajn. Dámy, pánové, kdo je připravený si trošku zajezdit autíčkem v našem novém domově? Wow, viděli jste to? Vystoupíme a jdeme na věc. Ty vám všem ukážu, jak se to nemá dělat. Co se děje, majordome Scotte?
Pathfinder, Major Domo Evan Bell Scott. I have headaches, so you don't have to. Rather, so Bradley doesn't have to. I've also coordinated with your Ket expert. He wanted me to remind you to find him.
I didn't assign a Ket expert to Prodromos.
Then he's a hell of a self-motivator. Here's the nav anyway. Precision is important.
Thoughts on your boss?
The old man. He's pretty tied into what happens here. I just pick up the day-to-day scraps. Good at cracking the whip for these science types. Doesn't fall for the details. I hope he's proud. Feels like he's proud.
How did you come to the initiative?
Like many, I was lost and looking for a purpose. That sounds loftier than it felt at the time. I was an insufferable ass. The training for the trip was probably enough to cure me of it. But I always took things too far. Didn't know how to stop alienating people until I was the alien. See? Still insufferable.
Another time.
Of course.
Někdy jindy. Jo. Hopla. Ostatní to můžou vyjít po schodech, ale já to tady musím vyskočit takhle.
This definitely treated wounds caused by a remnant. That datapad said the work crew tried to control them.
Sand particles were removed from the wound. Analyzing. The sand may be from several locations. I need more data to form.
Najděte pracovní rozpisy, OK. A teď.
Work rosters. That datapad mentioned the name Jennings. Here, Axel Jennings. Assigned to set up weather monitoring devices all over the desert.
Only one location matches the sound from the medical equipment. A monolith.
Let's go.
Tak počkej, jak se volá ten nomad?
Got it.
Hezky. Pojďte, nebudu vás zbytečně toto. Máme moc práce.
Radiation levels increasing.
Skvělý. Vítej zpátky, Phoebe.
No sign of that work crew, but someone left their gear behind.
Tady jsme naštěstí všechno oskanované, tak to já jsem v klidu.
Wait, I've got an open comm channel.
Easy money. Once the electrical charge builds up, we'll have ourselves some nice obedient remnant.
You better be sure this time, Jennings.
If you're that spooked, go hide behind the four giants.
Tak, poslouchat je nemusíme. Oni to stejně budou mít asi puštěné, takže v klidu. Tak, teď mi ukažte, co jsem udělala blbě.
radiation levels have spiked, Pathfinder.
Yeah, erosion and whatever. Let's find some tech.
Čtveroobrů. Asi vím, proč se to tu jmenuje čtveroobrů.
Help us! Please!
Porasta relikty.
Enemies!
Wow, hezky. Jsem na úrovni 9. Hej, neutíkej.
Great timing. Thanks for the assist.
Your experiment with the remnant didn't work out.
Huh. Okay, who squealed? Gasparic? Yeah, I bet. These remnant could plow our fields, protect us from the Ket. You control them, why shouldn't we?
I have a super intelligent AI and enough experience with the remnant to be careful.
Jennings, this isn't working. We tried.
Fine. But you can't protect us all the time, Pathfinder. Out here, we need every edge we can get.
Zvýšení obyvatelnosti EOSu se zvýšily o 2. Super. Takže, co tu máme dál? Ještě tady máme vedlejšáček, co je to? Do té oblasti tam zatím jezdit nebudu. Tam je totiž radiace na úrovni číslo 3, takže to jako není úplně nejlepší. Zatím nemám vybavené vozítko tak, abych si to mohla dovolit. Tak jo, máme to úplně nahoře někde zase. Ale kde, tak to nevím. To je jakože nahoře, skoro. OK, máme autíčko s sebou? Aspoň seberu tam fluorid, když už tu jsem. Líbí se mi, že mě všude posílají s tím autíčkem prostě. Já se tam musím nějak dostat. Musím dostat nějak na jinou cestu. Přesně takhle, ano. Bych řekla, že to... Tak, šup. Tam měl být i takhle ty, ne? I takovéhle. Když trošku přidá, tak to zvládne. Super. Může mi někdo říct, co to tady je? Hlavní inženýr. Dobře. Pokračovat už dost, domů na našu
Recording Initiative Cryo Identification E97 Durango. Chief Engineer Grace Leto.
Last one out during the evac.
Sounds stubborn. I like stubborn.
She still left. Some of us kept trying.
Nomad. Chci, aby mě ten pest co nejdřív vyzvedl. Takže s Addisnovou.
All clear.
S Addisnovou si máme promluvit o celkem 3 věcech, takže jsem říkala, že to bude docela dobré, no. Na jeho se určitě ještě vrátíme.
Cora wanted to check in with you.
Cora? Cora by se sama... Cora? Rozuměla jsem dobře, nebo zase úplně na hovno? Dobře, já se vám podívám, kde ona má sídilko, protože... Tady je. Tak doufám, že půjdu dobře.
Mutiny is like cancer. Left untreated, it spreads.
Keep exiling people and you'll just run out of me.
Cut out malignant cells to give the healthy ones a chance.
Phoebe, co ty tady?
You again. Want to hear more about my childhood log cabin?
You really won't tell me what you're working on.
That's right. Next question.
To je Borka.
What was it like for you on the Nexus?
Well, I wasn't supposed to be woken up yet. A resourceful accomplice finagled my early thaw. So I kind of lived off the grid. Snuck around, bullshitted my way onto excursions off station. After I found my first remnant ruin, I started, borrowing shuttles. After that, I didn't spend much time on the Nexus. I even missed most of the revolt.
What does someone have to do to get you to flirt with them?
Not much at all. But I get a little extra jolt when I'm matched wink for wink. So just be yourself and the flirts will flow.
Ooh.
You mentioned you came to Andromeda with someone?
Nothing gets by you. Guess that's why you're the Pathfinder. Just a friend. The one who woke me up early. But now she's not even that. It's better to venture into the unknown without restraints or entanglements, don't you think?
Je lepší se do neznáma dostat bez omezení.
I don't know. Don't friends and loved ones make all the effort worthwhile?
I've always been self-motivated. Don't need much more than curiosity to drive me forward.
Musíš mi to teď psát.
So how do you like the team?
Interesting bunch. I get a good feeling from Vetra. Not your typical military-minded Turian. Liam seems a lively one. I expect he'll surprise me. Drek is, well, old. Wonder if he can still learn new tricks.
What about...
Gil smacks of complication. Might take some unraveling. Callow and Suvi seem busy. I hope they aren't all work, work, work. Who's left?
Well, there's...
Oh, right, Cora. What's her deal? Is she as prim and proper as she comes across?
She's exactly what she should be. Capable, reliable. She's a valuable part of my team.
Sure, sure. That comes across too.
There's also Lexi, our doctor. She's an Asari.
Oh, I'll get around to her. All in all, seems like a decent bunch.
What drew you to the Remnant?
Are you kidding? It's evidence of a sophisticated species no one knows anything about. It doesn't get more intriguing than that. There's so much to discover. I want to be the first to figure them out. And the tech, it's on a different scale. If we can appropriate it, who knows what advances we'll make.
You're off the hook, PB. Good luck with your project.
Thanks. Don't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger. Tak jo. Hej, počkej, musím se zajít za Korou, ale já nevím, kde ona má ten. Kde ona má tu ratatatata, kde má to bydleničko svoje, počkej. Jestli tam dám bod trasy, protože mě to určitě zavede aspoň. Maximálně, že by byla tu.
Nice place you found.
Clean air, plants, helps me think.
Something on your mind?
Maybe.
What the hell was that?
I know that look. It's just my biotics reacting to all this. I don't normally lose it like that. A huntress should have better control.
Huntress?
Another term for an Asari commando. I was one, before the initiative. Some things stick, though. Like losing the old man.
How does a human soldier get to serve with Asari?
Prove your biotics can rip an APC apart, and people get nervous. Funny that. The Alliance found me a cross-species military initiative in a hurry. Sent me to Thessia to serve with the Huntress unit. One of the few places where my powers were welcomed. Your father made another one.
You were his second in command. Were you friends, too?
He was more a mentor than a friend. Prickly old bastard. But I respected that. People treat geniuses like they're made of cut glass. I didn't care how smart he was. I think he liked someone not caring.
I know it's not the same, but I'm a good listener.
I hope you're as good at being Pathfinder. I said I wouldn't get in the way, and I meant it. But I prepped for years as your father's second. Then he chooses you? An untrained Pathfinder and all this mess to fix? The hell was he thinking?
Is this going to be a problem, Cora?
I don't want a rival. Just answers. It's done. Best I can do now is be your second. Keep your father's mission alive. Then maybe we'll all get what we came out here for.
So what brought you out to Andromeda?
Biotics like this. Thinking like an Asari huntress. I never had a place. Best I could be was a useful freak. The initiative was meant to be different. Will be different if this mission succeeds. So I'm seeing it through. It's quiet in here. I can keep the plants watered while I work. First job, see if there's any news on the Asari Ark. If they made it, we could use some Asari expertise. If you want to talk, I'll be here.
Jo. Taky si myslím. Tak, můžeme silně pokračovat. Takže, co pak tu máme? Takže, rychle na můstek.
Just some light scatter from ice in the Scourge. I'll recalibrate the sensors for bloody nuisance cloud.
Kálo, to mi nedělá. Co pak to tu máme? Nějaký asteroid, kámo. Na to se jdu podívat, to jsem... Pěkný, co s tím asteroidem mám teď dělat? Jako na EOSu. EOS. Tak, asteroid objeven. Hej, ale mě zajímá prostě. Co tady mám dělat s asteroidem? Jakože chápu, že asi nic, takže můžeme dál. Tak. Teďka jsem zase rychle. Užijte si toho nadměrného lítání. Tady v tomto. Ale je to celkem rychle, ale. Tak. Jestli s Adisonovou, musím s Adiosonovou povykládat úplně o všem, jako, jak to tak vypadá. Jo. Tak, ten pes nám opět tady bude přistávat. Kámo, my furt lítáme tam a zpátky, já se divím, že tam ještě nedošlo palivo, jo? Jen tak pro zábavu. A tak, když pořád přijíždíme do doku, tak si myslím, že nám ani asi zmizet úplně nemůže, no. Do dogů, tak. Tak. Tohle místo je úžasné podle všeho, říkal. No tak tohleto místo teď stojí za starou zlámanou grešli. Teď už mi to připomíná hodně Citadelu v původním Mass Effectu. hodně lidí říkalo, jak je Citadela úžasná a podívejte se, co se z toho stalo, jo. Nakonec jsme zjistili, že to je jako relay, kámo, ty vole, na fakt cool. To je strašně líbí ten nový obleček, kámo. Takže jsem si ho přizpůsobila podle sebe, tak jak já ho potřebuju, takže. Co? Já nemám čas. Kerry! Kdo seš, Kerry?
Ryder, isn't it? Kerry Tavessa, freelance vidmaker. This is Hakim, my producer. I could use your help.
What are you looking for?
Director Tans asked for an uplifting documentary on the initiative. Translation, paint rainbows over our problems. But our problems are history. People deserve the truth, not propaganda.
Nice to see someone so devoted to her work.
That's kind. Sometimes the camera makes people shy away from me.
That's a shame.
So that's what I need. The truth, I mean. Someone needs to record the history we're making.
It takes integrity to record the truth and nothing but.
Well, I do my best. And you could help me out. The heart of my documentary will be an interview series. I was hoping you'd take part. I want the dirt and blood of our story, not the convenient fairy tale Tan's looking for. Interested?
You don't mind treading on the initiative director's toes?
What would he do? Pull funding we don't have? I'm game if you are.
Okay, interview away.
Let's start at home. 14 months and the Nexus still isn't finished. Arcs are missing, we have people in exile. By any standard, this wasn't the plan. Our leadership describes these as anticipated issues. Would you agree?
All expeditions have to deal with supplies, enemies, or hell, just getting lost. We'll deal with all of them. We just need time.
Tan will love that. But if that's your take, that's what goes in. Bandwidth means I'm transmitting in short bursts, so that's all for now. But you can bet I'll have more questions later. This was more fun than I expected. You were great. I'll get to work editing.
Úkol, cesta hrdiny. Ha. Co tu s ním mám?
Please address concerns first with Director Addison. One must obey protocol.
Jo tak. Tak jo.
You've shaken things up, Pathfinder. My department actually has colonial affairs to direct. And you have new tools to help grow the initiative. AVP, ready for spending.
Sam said there was new functionality to discuss.
It's how the initiative was designed to support the Pathfinder. You and your team are out there making Andromeda viable. That empowers all of us. Hit a threshold. A new cryo group can be brought out. Want more focus on research, like on Prodromos? That's your call. Brecker will introduce the interface and handle minutiae. All you need to do is decide what life in Andromeda means. No pressure.
Promluvte si s Addisonem.
Yes, Pathfinder?
How are we doing on the viability front?
Struggling. Need I remind you that viability isn't abstract, it's lives, our foothold. Get out there, Ryder. Pathfind, we're dying.
How has the Nexus reacted to the foothold I've established?
We send them where you signal, because that's where the need is. There's no time for preference.
I have info on a specific sleeper I'd like brought out of cryo.
Did you forget the stink that playing favorites has already caused? Look, you're the Pathfinder. If you've a request for your extended team, that's a request you can make. Access the sleeper records through Brecker's console. It's none of my business. Until you make it a problem for me. Understood?
Aha. Okay.
Hello, Pathfinder. I am Cryo Deployment Administrator Vladimir Brecker, C-63 Galati. Your first task is to decide irrevocably the course of every life in the initiative.
Whoa, that seems like... too much.
Yes, of course. But now you respect what we're doing. Andromeda viability and the Nexus thresholds are your tools, your reward, and our future. How can I help?
What's the rundown on AVP?
Much of the preparation in the Milky Way was determining how to measure success. Thresholds are about capacity, but this is about cost, what we can actually afford to support. Points aren't the most elegant system, but it makes it clear. The more you earn, the more we can deploy.
How are you measuring thresholds?
It's based on resource estimates and the general stability, a metric of acceptable scope and risk. The more you achieve, the greater capacity we can accommodate, the more the initiative can do for you. Simplest explanation? The more you do, the more room we have to grow.
Okay.
So, I decide what groups to wake up. Won't everyone be out eventually?
Absolutely. But there's an order to things, lines of support. You can't deploy an omelet without first deploying eggs. And eggs won't get you steak. Except it's people, and how all our lives begin.
Dobře.
I deal in full colony blocks of specialists. I can make individual requests, but we should start the overall system first.
All right, Brekka. Where do I start?
The interface is active and will respond only to a Pathfinder. It's ready for your first selection. You may begin shaping the initiative at your leisure.
Použijte body k získání. Počkej. Aha. Aha. Jo, tak. Wow. OK, děkuji.
Pathfinder.
Director Addison?
Pathfinder.
To bylo tak super.
We await your first application of AVP, Pathfinder. Just access the interface.
Jo, stačí. Ale já nevím, k čemu ona byla. Tito talentovaní obchodníci a podnikatelé můžou využít svých kontaktů. Nexus přelze pro vybavení hornické stanice kolem Halo. Počkej, já si musím přečíst, co ona je vlastně, ta burka. Hlavní inženýr byla jedním z posledních lidí na EOSu, kteří viděli pomalý úpadek příslibu i nezdolnosti. Vrátila se zpátky do stáze na Nexus, až bude kolonie opět vybudovaná, mohla by se chtít vrátit zpět. Super. Děkuji. Takže ona byla... Dobrá. Zavřít. Super. OK. Já teď nechci prioritní operace, já chci misi v Heleu. Tak. A nová.
Yes, Pathfinder?
Aha, tak ty už nejseš.
Director Addison?
Goodbye.
Tak, teďka ty.
Pathfinder, AVP leveling continues as per your directions. And of course, the interface remains accessible for any future adjustments. Sweet protocol and the process. Now we're living.
I have a specific person I want brought out of cryo.
Name and designation if available.
That's it? You'll just do it?
Nowhere in my job description does it say, argue with the Pathfinder. That said, I record all interactions. If something you ask for causes trouble, there'll be no doubt that you're responsible.
I heard that the chief engineer on EOS went back into cryo.
There have been a few such requests. The first few months in Helios were disheartening.
Now the Prodromos is on track. I want her redeployed.
Chief Engineer Grace Lito, designation E97 Durango. Deployment will begin shortly. Is there anything else, Pathfinder?
Why do some colonists have a number letter designation?
All initiative members do. In the CV file somewhere, anyway. It isn't relevant when everyone is doing everything. I suppose it's like caring about a middle name. Do you not know yours?
I wasn't aware I had one.
You were in select company, even before you were made Pathfinder. Scott Ryder Pathfinder. Specialist designation, A04 Malapa.
Something interesting?
An A and low odds. Someone's an early adopter.
I have a specific person I want brought out of cryo.
Name and designation if available.
Technička Darket.
Let's keep this between us. Here's the info.
Deployment will begin shortly. Is there anything else, Pathfinder?
Another time.
Pathfinder.
Promluvte si a jejím asistentem o nasazení. To je super, tak to bychom měli. Tak to potom někdy, až budu moct. Spojenci a vztahy. Navštívte sourozence v... Tak, jdeme na věc. Tak. Já se zatím nechci vracet ještě na Podromos. Já tady mám... Najděte pamětový zdroj, volitelné navštívte své v kryogenickém oddělení na Hyperionu. Takže. Promluvte si se samem a mám Hyperionu sourozence. OK, takže teďka se musíme podívat buď do ubikací, anebo... Prvně pojedeme do ubikací, tam to mám jistější. A pak nevím, kam do doku? Do doku. Možná se Sara konečně probudí. Možná ne, kdo ví. Jak běžím. Jo, tady máme ten Samův úzel.
Ryder, the blocks your father placed on my array are opening. I can now recall specific memories, which Alec wanted you to see.
Wait, I can actually see his memories?
Yes, you will experience them via your implant.
Okay, something new every day. Let's see it.
This memory is from the time when your father was posted on the Citadel.
Alec, your recommendations will never fly. Artificial intelligence?
It's our best option.
If the Council gets wind of this, it'll set humanity standing back decades. You're overreaching.
Ambassador Goyle, I'm the military attaché on the Citadel. My mandate is clear. Find an edge for Earth.
And AI is your answer?
We need to catch up. The Asari, the Solarians, they're centuries ahead of us.
But it's illegal.
Their rules, not ours. Why deny Earth an advantage?
Define this advantage.
It will set us free. We're prisoners of our own five senses. There's a reality greater than ours that we can't perceive, but an AI can.
How?
By augmenting our own abilities and adding a few new ones.
Well, none of that stopped those Geth from revolting.
Because they were separate from their creators. But AIs and humans interface directly, experiencing the world together, benefits both. There's no creator to revolt against.
I'm sorry, Alec. We can't take the risk. I appreciate your work, but your request will be denied.
Alec?
Ellen, what did the doctor say?
He told me to appreciate the time I have left. There's no cure, Alec. It's terminal.
Not on my watch.
Wow. Hearing Mom again. I never knew that's how Dad found out.
Alec was a stubborn man.
I would hope so. Mom's life was worth fighting for.
It would seem his obstinance extended to me as well.
Nobody wanted to listen. The idea of you scared people too much. After this, Dad moved us back to Earth to care for Mom. Wonder why he wanted me to see this.
Perhaps it was the beginning.
Of what?
Unknown. Private audio logs are now available in your father's quarters. I detect additional memories, but they are currently logged. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it. Do you know anything more about Sarah's condition?
I monitor Dr. Carlisle's reports. He is providing her with the very best care possible. I'm afraid there is nothing more to be done at this time.
That's all for now.
Of course.
Tak, Ryder běží zase zpátky ze Samova uzlu. Paměťový spouštěč.
Sam, another memory prompt?
Yes, though my memory array remains logged. Additional triggers are required.
Archivní systém, oh.
What's on here, Sam?
Your father's personal logs. Several of them are encrypted.
The day is finally here. We're pushing off from Earth. We'll jump through a few relays first, then we hunker down for the long trip across dark space. It's daunting thinking about all the hopes and dreams aboard the Hyperion. I certainly have my own. I wasn't the husband or father I should have been. Here's hoping 600 years can change a man.
Já jsem říkala, že bude v Andromedě, já jsem to říkala. Sice úplně jinak, když jsme chtěli, ale je tu, dámy a pánové, vidíte to, Liara je úplně všude, kam se podíváte? Liara.
Sam, this is a reminder about Dr. Liara Tassoni. She's an Asari archaeologist I corresponded with a few years back. She's got experience studying ancient cultures. Make sure the team gets her research. Could be useful in Andromeda.
Pretty sure my sisters mentioned Dr. Tassoni. An expert on Protheans, I think.
I have loaded Dr. Tassoni's research onto data pads.
Oh!
Hello, Alec. This is Dr. Tassoni. I'm flattered you contacted me. Most scientists dismiss my work, but I'm young and Asari, and they are getting older. So we will see who has the final word. In the meantime, I'm happy to pass along my research. I hope your team finds it useful.
Hustý! Ty vole.
Hello, Alec. I received your message. I must say the thought of exploring another galaxy has my head spinning. I am honestly not sure how people could survive a trip like that. And anyway, I could not bear to leave the Milky Way behind. There is so much about the Protheans I still hope to learn here. So much potential wisdom to tap. I wish you much good luck and future success.
Oh můj bože.
Dunn's agreed to a scouting mission on Habitat 7. I'm gearing up now. I'm worried about Sarah. Dr. Tapero says she'll be fine, but she's my daughter. How can I not worry? I hate to leave her like this. It's these moments when you wish you told your children you love them more often. Or ever. Which brings me to the tough part. Kids, if anything happens to me, there are things you're gonna find out. I hope you'll understand. amazing how life can change in an instant. Suddenly my career doesn't matter. This incredible woman I've been married to all these years. She's facing the end. All I think about are the times I wasn't there for her. Well, that's going to change. It occurs to me that Sam might be more than I ever imagined.
That log is not currently accessible. Unlocking my memory array may enable it.
OK. Tak se odhlásíme. Hele! Zvukový vyňatek.
I am Dr. Liara Tassoni, and I've spent several decades researching ancient Protheans. It is common knowledge that the Protheans were an advanced race that flourished in the Milky Way about 50,000 years ago, then went extinct. Even at the time of this writing, the year 2182, their culture remains a mystery. During my studies, I have developed some practices that can be used when analyzing any ancient culture. I hope they may prove useful for the research community.
Husky! Wow.
When studying a dead race, the most obvious problem is the lack of an observable population. This raises the question, when is a species truly extinct? The Prothean civilization spanned the galaxy, and it took centuries to confirm that all members of the species really had died out. While it's possible that living Protheans may be found in a hidden pocket of the galaxy one day, the chances are statistically trivial. Once an extinction is confirmed, the study's nature moves from sociology to exoarchaeology.
Tak to mi chybí.
The coffee machine Mom got for Dad. He was so busy designing you, needed the caffeine.
I did not realize I owed my existence to a bean.
And now you know what humility feels like.
Jsem sebrala.
Your father's first sidearm, a memento of his early Alliance service.
I bet that saw plenty of action.
Alec's first kill occurred in combat during the First Contact War.
Back when Turians were the enemy. Crazy times.
No. Tak, teďka jdeme navštívit, počkej, co to je? Knihy.
Printed books.
Reproductions of Lewis and Clark's journals, detailing their expedition in the 19th century.
Explains Dad's interest. They were pathfinders too.
Zvukový vyňatek.
When studying an extinct race, it is important that our preconceptions and current knowledge not color the facts. We must look to the evidence itself. The Protheans constructed the Citadel and an incredible network of mass effect relays. This speaks to a culture of the highest order. Such a monumental achievement surely must come from an enlightened race that was in harmony with its people, free of conflict and strife. Without the ability to study a living example, however, this can never be determined with 100% accuracy.
Chápete to?
When studying an extinct race, it is important that our preconceptions and current knowledge not color the facts. We must look to the evidence itself. The Protheans constructed the Citadel and an
Dámy a pánové, já to tady pro dnešek asi típnu. Děkuji moc za každý odběr, za každý like, za každé zhlédnutí a uvidíme se u další části na hru Mass Effect Andromeda, tak zatím adios amigos.